Let me remind you that forex trading is risky and may not be suitable for everyone or investor, since opinion, trade decision, market data are subject to change at any time. Your performance, good or bad, does not necessarily indicate your future success. Do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. Do not trade real money until you have a track record of success using a demo account. Seek knowledge from an expert or a mentor. Please stay cool and stay humble and focus on the long term. Okay, so you are welcome. This is just a short video about candlestick patterns. We are going to look at some candlestick patterns and their uses, and when we see them, what should we be thinking? Because these are some of the things the Japanese were using to predict technically the economy of different countries. Okay, so we are going to do something like that now. So I'll take you through different kinds of currencies. I'll take you through the shooting star, the doji, evening star, hanging man, and the engulfing candle. I'll take my time to explain everything to you so that you understand. Now, with the candlestick analysis, it is done on a bigger time frame, such as the daily, the weekly, the 4-hour, the monthly, even yearly. Okay, so this candlestick analysis is supposed to be done on a bigger time frame. So you don't go on 1 minute that you are looking for candlestick pattern. Yeah, I'll talk about price action and market action later on. And with the price action, you might be interested in using it. What's the name? You might be interested in using candlestick patterns for your entries. But what I'm teaching you is that you should use it rather in a bigger time frame so that you have a big plan or a goal. You should have a goal for the currency. You should have a plan before you start doing other smaller plans or short-term goals to achieve your main objectives for that currency pair. All right, so we are continuing with our studies. Now let's look at the shooting star. Or before I do that, I think I have to take you through the anatomy of the candlestick first. Okay, so this is the anatomy of the candlestick. So let's say this is a sell candle. So it's a sell candle. You all see this kind of thing on your MT4 if you downloaded yours. Yeah, so something like this, and it's a sell candle. So this is called a tail or a wig. Since it's a sell candle, we call this place the open. We call this place a close. And this is a tail or a wig. We call the entire pink surface the body of the candle. So this is how the candlestick look like, with the tail open, close, body, and all that. So you don't forget that, because it will be useful for you throughout the class. Now with the shooting star, let's say the pair is buying and all of a sudden you've seen a shooting star. It means that it's going to sell, so you are preparing to sell. Similarly, if the pair is selling and you've seen a shooting star, it means you buy. A shooting star is a candlestick with a big or a longer wick and a smaller body. Okay, and it should look like what you are seeing in the picture. Okay, so now when you look at something like this, this is a shooting star. Then this next candle is a confirmation bar. Now let me talk more about it because it's going to be useful throughout the course. So let's say a pair is selling. Then all of a sudden we've seen a shooting star here. So what happens is that after the first candle to the downside, which is something like this, you will not enter the market. After this particular one, then you are also selling. So you sell. So this candle here is our confirmation candle. This is our confirmation. So that is our confirmation candlestick, and this applies to all the candlestick patterns that we will be looking at. Now, the pictures should be in your mind. That's what I can say. That you should try and keep some of the pictures in your mind, and especially I'll talk about those ones that are so important. Now we have a doji. Doji means that the candle has no body. It simply means that there is no agreement between both the sellers and the buyers. So let's say 1,000 people are selling, 1,000 people are buying. So there is no decision. But then if the currency was buying before you've seen a doji, after the next candle, you are going to be selling it. Okay. Okay, so so there is no decision between buyers and sellers. Okay, so and then with currency is liquid, so it has to flow from those who are buying it to those who are selling it. Okay, so that's the doji. So when you are selling and you've seen a doji, if the currency is selling, then you've seen a doji. You will be waiting for the next candle to confirm to you whether it's going to change the direction or not. But all these things are supposed to be done on a bigger time frame, as I've already told you. Okay, so we are moving straight to the next candlestick pattern, which is the evening star. The evening star means that the previous open and the current close candle houses the just ended candle. Or let me use a kind of drawing to show you that one. So it's like this. So let's say this candle has opened and it has closed here. Then there is another candle like this here, and then there is another candle like this. So this whole thing, this is now an evening star if it is happening in a buy trade, and if the same thing happening in a sell trade, it becomes a morning star. Okay, so that's for that one. So like you can see it here, the pair was selling before it happened. So after this bar, you would have entered the trade there, so you will be in profit. The same thing happened here. It has happened here. After this confirmation, you would have entered, then you will come down. Okay. So that's for the morning star and the evening star. So if you forget anything, you don't forget the hanging man and then the hammer. So this is the hammer. It's just the hammer is the opposite of the shooting star. So when you look at the hammer, this is happening in when the currency is already selling and it's about to change to a buy. But you should wait for the confirmation and enter the trade in the next candle. Similar thing happened here. So Now let's look at a few pictures about the hanging man. So the hanging man is like a man hanging. So it's like this. Let's say the pair was buying, and all of a sudden then you see a hanging man. So the pair was buying. So I'm drawing like this. Then all of a sudden you've seen this hanging man. What it means is that the pair is going to sell. So you are waiting for a confirmation bar. So let's say you've seen a confirmation bar like this. It means that you would have been selling this pair from that time. So this will be your next trade. So always you should be patient and disciplined and wait for the confirmation bar. Remember, these candlestick analysis are done on a bigger time frame, but you have to be patient and disciplined. In Jkmarkets, one of the things you have to learn is how to be patient and disciplined. If you are not patient and disciplined, then I don't think you belong to this community. Okay, you have to be patient and disciplined and not be greedy. Okay, don't say you want to make 10 million within 2 days. You are going to lose your money. You're going to waste your money, and it won't be a nice thing. So now we are looking at engulfing. Engulfing, as the name suggests, one candle is engulfing another. So the previous candle, which is, let's say, something like this. So let's say the pair was in a sell mode, selling like this. All of a sudden, another candle formed like this and engulf the previous candle. So we call this engulfing. So you wait for the next candle and then you now enter your trade to the upside. When the opposite happens, it's also engulfing. But in a sell mood, when it happens, we say bullish engulfing pattern. In a buy mood, when it happens, we say bearish engulfing pattern, which means that an engulfing can happen right after this pair here and cover this hole. So we call this one a bearish engulfing. So you just wait for a confirmation and then you enter the trade. So this candlestick analysis are supposed to be your general goal, to be your general goal. So short, long-term goals. So these are your long-term goals. So with the short-term goals, where we go on a smaller time frame, and then with the intervention, that's when you would be using your price action techniques to enter a trade. So you should have a long-term goal and then a short-term goal. So we continue, and the next thing we are looking at is harami. Harami is just an opposite of the engulfing. So with that one, the previous candle is bigger than the current candle. So let's say previous candle is going to be so something like this is the previous candle. So the current candle is going to be the body of the current previous candle would have covered the body of the current candle. Then you say you have seen a harami. If the pair is buying before you've seen the harami, then it becomes a bearish harami. When the pair is selling before you've seen the harami, then it becomes a bullish harami. Okay, so that's simply what harami means. So okay. All right, so I think that's all for the candlesticks analysis. So you shouldn't forget what the engulfing, you shouldn't forget the hanging man. Okay, now if you have a lot of space in your head, if you have a lot of capital to start with, then your knowledge has to also increase. So you can keep a lot in your mind, because it's just going to help you make a decision. In Forex, you make a decision. Okay, you are not living like right now. I'm not in the US country, but I'm able to make reasonable decisions on their economy, on their economic growth, depending on what their monetary policy statements are, or depending on what the country's government country's bank is doing. You see, so and when they lie, it affects the currency. So you don't lie when it comes to trading. Any pair that you see on the trading platform, it means that those pairs have developed to be on the trading platform. You don't see Ghana cedi there, which means we are not capable. You see, when you lie, it goes against you. When you say the truth too, when you contradict yourself, that one is a problem. So we listen to you, everybody listen to you. You say your policies, your interest rates, your inflation targets, your unemployment rate. You are going to say all these things to people, and this reflects in the candlesticks that will form after you giving those kind of speech. So anytime there is a speech in the United States, I want to listen because I'm looking at portfolios, or I'm looking at things that will cause the dollar to either be strong or be weak, so that I'll be able to make an informed decision about my trade. So basically, this is about the candlestick pattern. We are going to add more. So what you do as a good student is that after showing you all this, I told you to download, install your MetaTrader 4. So as a good student, you are going to go on your MetaTrader 4 and try to locate each of these patterns on your chart. So maybe you go on a daily time frame and you locate these charts. Now, we have a lot of platforms where we review your results. So when you locate it, you can just post them into those kind of channels and groups where we will be able to review and give you reasonable comments that will make you a better trader. So thank you for attention.